I want to share how grateful I am to have been included as a part of the sizzling summer series. We have one more week of our summer series, and it looks like your weather down here is holding up pretty well for the summer series. And the rain, was that last night or the night before that we got? We have not had rain in Iowa for years, it feels like. Like, if you're not putting chemicals and crap on your lawn to look like a golf course, everybody's grass is just dry brown. So I'm sending some water up there. And speaking of the sizzling series, I just have to say, Reverend Chris Jackson, holy cow. I mean, that was the best series or mini-series I have partaken of in quite a long while, living with our values and really getting into embodying the spiritual practice of that. With Chris, I don't feel like he's up here just blah, 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 throwing some bumper stickers out there. It's like, here's what we can do in our lives to be more connected and to be a brighter and brighter light of spirit. So shout out to Reverend Chris and the divine idea that came to somebody to have him be a part of the series. So y'all are going to be shocked and amazed to know I am here to pump up the volume about adventures in spirituality. Thank you, Mark, my biggest cheerleader. Thank you, Mark. It is a really big deal here at Unity Village Chapel. This Adventures in Spirituality, it's called. I am just curious, if you'd put a hand up, have you in the past participated in an Adventures in Spirituality and been, look at this, and been a part of a small group? For those of you that aren't able to put up your hands, do not despair. We are offering yet another opportunity for you to choose. So that's big news. So we have evidence here, and Numbers ain't my game. Words are my game. But it looked to me like kind of half of us are participating, have participated, and another half of us has not gotten there yet. It's a brand new adventure. Like I said, it's a long-standing series. Our Reverend chooses a book each year that we will dig into and study and discuss. And that book is relevant to Unity teachings, to New Thought teachings. The intent of the group and the actual book choice is that we have opportunities to expand our spiritual awareness. And as I mentioned, to be brighter and brighter lights. So Rev Erin chooses the book. We have a small group design team that organizes an enthusiastic group of facilitators. And after that group is organized, people that just lovingly say, yes, I would love to. So we get that group together, and then behind the golden curtain, all sorts of levers are pulled and buttons are touched and magic stuff happens because all of the materials appear on our website, they appear in our spotlight, they appear in our announcements, and all to let you know what's up, all to let you know what you can take advantage of here. Our facilitators all attended a very special training, and I feel like they are super equipped to be really enthusiastic leaders. And I think Anna mentioned, Anna, you moved. Who moved my cheese? I think Anna mentioned it. We have 9 groups this year That's the biggest number of groups. I looked back at the history for several years, and 9 is our biggest number. So we're pumped about that, and we're offering online, and we're offering in person. So I don't think, Mark, that we're offering a hybrid group. Either you live locally and you can appear live and in person in the UVC community space, or you're connecting via Zoom from wherever you live. And the exciting thing about our groups is the variety of days and times. We have 2 separate groups that will meet on Mondays. We have 2 separate groups that will meet on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then we're even offering a group for Saturday morning. So the idea is that we offer enough variety in days and times that it can really be available in your schedule. The signups have been going for, I think we're at 2 weeks now. Last time I looked, which was a minute ago, we're right around just over 30 people enrolled. Here's my personal goal, just so you can hold the vision with me. What about 100? Right? I mean, we have room for 12 people in a group. What's 12 times 9, Stan? 108? Wow. That was very smart.
That was amazing.
Yeah, that was amazing.
I don't have that many fingers.
So, 108, okay? Let's hold that vision, because here's why that's important. Our small groups are going to meet in that first week, and it's really kind of an orientation. We get to know one another. Hopefully there will be people in your group that you haven't talked to, that you haven't met, or you know the face, but oh, Linda, there's a name attached to that face. So we get to know one another. We get informed on the logistics of how the groups will roll each week. We're making group agreements, and we're making spiritual commitments to one another. So we talk about those. And starting on 10/1, we have 1 week between us and go time. And by the way, in that 1 week, this coming Sunday, we have Reverend Jim Rosemergy. Are you all familiar with Reverend Jim? I think he's been a unity minister for 97, 98 years, something like that. And he is amazing. I've taken courses from him, and he really kicked open my door for prosperity. So Jim Rosemergy is this coming week, and then on 10/1, Rev Erin will be here to share nuggets from Everything Belongs. What I want to light up for you today are the benefits of participating. And hopefully I can hear a shout out or two. Can I have like 3 people shout out what you loved about being in a small group? Friends! Did you find some friends? Aww. And they're still your friends, no matter how many years ago you met them in group. Friends, that's a biggie. What else have you loved about being in a small group? Somebody shout it louder. Support in your spiritual journey from your fellow spiritual travelers, which is one of my favorite phrases, because that's what we're all doing. We're doing the spiritual traveling together. And we have people that are on our team and that are holding that vision for us. One more.
Collective growth. Collective growth.
John, what'd she say?
Collective growth.
Collective growth. Beautiful. Because you just brought it from, it's so much an individual journey and a collective journey. Yes? So we're having this impact in these groups on an individual basis, but it's a ripple, baby. It is touching those people next to us. It is touching the people in our lives. And people are looking at the changes that we're making in our lives, and you know what they're saying? Where'd you get that? Give me some of that. What is that you're doing? What do you know that I don't know? Right? Have you all observed that in other people? And you go, how'd she get like that? What is that? What's her story? What are her steps in that? So that is what happens in small groups. I call it creating community, yeah? And every Sunday, Rev Erin or our platform person talks about every week we co-create this ministry. We co-create it with music. We co-create it with greeters. We co-create it with people that run that electronic stuff, which is way out of my pay grade. We co-create it by being together. And the visual that comes to me when I think about the adventures in spirituality and the small group experience, the vision that comes to me is week by week, conversation by conversation, room by room, we are creating a spider web. I'm not a fan of spiders per se, like I don't invite them in. And if they do come in, I help them get back outside as soon as I lay eyes on them. But spiders are these magical creatures that create these beautiful, beautiful webs. And there has to be light on it, right? For you to see it. Georgia and I were walking yesterday with my big chow, Louis Armstrong. And we were rounding a tree, and there was a really low spider web. And I put my hand on Georgia's shoulder and stopped her and said, "Look at that spider web." And she went, "Whoa," and walked out around it. Spider webs are nearly indestructible, and they get stronger and stronger and stronger, like I said, with every conversation, every connection, every group, every Sunday, every day. So we have a special treat for you this morning. My partner in crime, Mark Livingston, he and I do a lot of fun and crazy things together. This divine idea came to him. It's like, not everybody knows everybody. Shock. So this idea came to him. Let's have our group facilitators make a little video so we can get to know them. So on Monday at, I don't remember what time, on Monday you could enroll for a group that Caroline Noble and I are facilitating together. And here's what we have to say about that.
I'm so excited to co-facilitate Everything Belongs, a guide to contemplative prayer by Richard Rohr. I'm Caroline Noble. I was raised in unity most of my life. I love belonging to the UVC community. I look forward to Everything Belongs and co-facilitating with Reverend Brenda Mondays at 5 p.m. on Zoom. And here's Reverend Brenda.
Hey, my fellow spiritual travelers. I am known around UVC as Reverend Brenda, and I have been facilitating in the small group ministry, I think either 3 or 4 years. So I love doing it. The reason I come back every year is the awesomeness of seeing spiritual evolution happen in an intimate setting. I see people making relationships and long-term friendships. This year, once again, I'm facilitating a small group. And so if you've not already enrolled in a group, I invite you to go to the UVC website and choose your facilitator and sign up now for our Adventures in Spirituality 2023. Today at, I don't know what time, we have Linda Ray Chapel offering a group. So let's meet Linda Ray.
Hi, my name is Linda Ray Chapel, and I'm one of the facilitators for Adventures in Spirituality. My group is going to be meeting on Monday nights at 6 o'clock in person in the community center at UVC. So I'm excited, even though this is, I think, my 9th year of facilitating these groups. I love small group meetings. So I'm also the president of Sisters of Myrtle. And the reason I'm telling you this is because I feel like the small groups that we put on here every year is the essence and the foundation of the whole entire unity movement. So we meet in Myrtle consciousness in small groups every week during AIS, and we have a blast. So if you're thinking about it and Monday nights are your night, come on out. I would love to have you in my group. We'll see you then.
On Tuesday, you could join a group that is facilitated by Anna and Jody.
Hello, everybody. I'm Anna Griesbach.
And I'm Jody Voss.
We have been members of UVC since 2012.
And we've been involved with Adventures in Spirituality groups and small groups through Unity Village Chapel for the last 7 to 8 years.
We've also been facilitators of small groups or AAS for about 4 years. We would like to invite you to our small group this fall in the community center on Tuesdays at 2 p.m. in the community centers in building 400.
And we'll be reading through Richard Rohr's book, Everything Belongs, and talking about connecting with God through prayer, connecting with each other.
So we look forward to seeing you and meeting some new friends as we make these connections in our small group this fall.
Namaste.
I love that video because it almost looks like you're on the other side of the veil. Like, you know, can't quite tell. And very well coordinated. Also on Tuesdays, we have Mark Livingston and his bride, Aisha. Let's meet Mark and Aisha.
And I'm Mark Livingston, and we're co-facilitating in-person Adventures in Spirituality right here at Unity Village in the community space on the 2nd floor every Tuesday from 6 to 7:30.
We really look forward to sharing this book with you. We love being facilitators in small groups because we really get to know people at a deeper level and get to share our lives and do it around really discovering more spiritual truths.
So we'll be going through Richard Rohr's Everything Belongs, a guide to contemplative prayer. And we were just excited about delving deep into this spiritual concept in a group of people in a safe and loving environment. And we just encourage you to come and be part of our group. And if not our group, pick some Adventures in Spirituality group that will work for you because they're all really good.
See you soon.
See you soon.
So here's another thing about the aspect of the small group. The truth is, we're all capable of reading a book on our own, right? And for those of you who have participated in a group, can you feel the difference? You read something profound and it's like, you know, I'm marking it, I'm putting a little check mark, doing my thing, but I want to talk to somebody about that. I want to hear how they perceive that and what that means for them. So that's really another aspect of the small group experience. And again, those who have participated know that we do our best to create a really safe environment so that we really can show up in an authentic way, just right where we are on the spiritual continuum. Now on Wednesday, we have Carol Jean Meyer with a group.
Hi friends, my name is Carol Jean Meyer, and I'm excited to be here, one of the facilitators for the program this fall in Adventures of Spirituality. So as we are exploring Richard Rohr, I invite you to be part of a sacred circle on Wednesday mornings at 11 o'clock at the Village Commons. A little bit about myself, I am an employee at Silent Unity and am practicing, as we do in Unity, affirmative prayer. So I will be interested to see what we all think about and feel about our book with contemplative prayer. So thank you for joining us, and we look forward to having a nice sacred circle together.
Girl Jean. And I think our other Wednesday group is Lindsay Mackey and Deborah Powell. Yes, is that right?
Hi, I am Lindsay Mackey, and I am co-facilitating a Adventures in Spirituality small book group, and I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be on Wednesday nights from 5 to 6:30 on Zoom, and really hope you join us. If you don't join this group, join another one. It's going to be fabulous. And this is Deborah.
Hi, I'm Deborah Powell, and I'm really happy to be co-hosting with Lindsay. And I am on the Board of Trustees here at Unity Village Chapel. So you may have seen me around. And I have perused the book some, and I think that you really would enjoy joining us. It's about having a retreat into contemplation and about letting go more of our usual normal, so-called normal life, and being transformed and having a whole new world revealed to us. And it's about being in the flow of life rather than trying to push the river, we just flow with the river. Because spirituality is not about achieving, it's more about a new way of seeing and being.
Yes.
So we would really love to have you join us. So if you don't join our group, please join one, but hope to join us.
See you soon.
And Thursday, Reverend Mary Ellen Davis.
Hi, my name is Mary Ellen Davis, and I've been a licensed Unity teacher since 1998. I began my Unity journey at Unity Church of Oak Park, Illinois, which is a suburb of Chicago. I was there for quite a while and got to serve in a number of different capacities, including staff administrator and director of their children and family ministry. In 1996, I moved down to the Lee Summit area and joined Unity of Independence. Again, had the opportunity to serve in a number of ways, including as director of their children and family ministries. And then I moved over to Unity Village Chapel, where I've been for quite a while. Again, being able to serve in a lot of different ways, including as the former director of the children and family ministries. I am so excited about the opportunity to work with groups and to together go through Richard Rohr's Everything Belongs. And to me, books are my friends. So I make marks, I highlight, I look forward to sharing and hearing what others find that speaks to them as we go through this together. My group will be meeting on Thursday afternoons at the Unity Village Chapel community from 2 to 3:30 p.m. Please review the schedule, look what's available, see what speaks to your heart, and join us. Thank you.
And Jay Cross, Jay from Jersey, is our other Thursday facilitator.
Hi guys, I'm Jay, and I'm located in the Garden State of New Jersey. With my teleportation unit being down, I will be hosting my AIS group on Thursdays at 5:30 Central Standard Time. I love the intimacy that AIS group offers, as well as the opportunity for a deeper and richer experience because of the unique viewpoints shared by other members within the group. I hope you say yes to taking this adventure with one of the groups, led by the teachings of Richard Rohr in Everything Belongs. See you guys soon. Bye.
And finally, our Saturday group is our licensed Unity teacher, Judy Simmons Estes, and also our prayer chaplain lead.
Hello, I am Judy Simmons Estes, your licensed Unity teacher for UVC, and it's so wonderful to get to spend a few sacred moments with all of you. letting you know about our Adventures in Spirituality groups that'll be meeting this fall. And the book that we're going to be looking at is Everything Belongs by Richard Rohr. One of the many reasons I'm excited about this book is the subtitle that says Gift of Contemplative Prayer. And as your facilitator, one of my hopes is to generate conversations in small groups to deepen our prayer path. As the trainer and coordinator of the chaplain program, that just really excites me to have this opportunity to have an intimate conversation with each and every person in the group and provide a safe place for you to explore the concept of prayer. So if you're interested, join me on Saturday mornings from 10 o'clock to 11:30 on Zoom, so you can stay in your jammies if you want to and grab a cup of coffee. But you can't make a bad choice. There are so many groups that we have to offer nearly every day of the week, both daytimes and evenings. So if you've never joined a small group before, this is a great time to begin. Take care, blessings to all, and look forward to meeting you in September.
All right. Thank you, Mark, for helping the facilitators create those and for managing the logistics of this morning. Richard Rohr, if you're not familiar with our author, he is an American Franciscan priest, and he founded the Center for Action and Contemplation in Albuquerque in 1987. What I love about this guy is that he's a maverick. Some of you might be familiar with the late, great Bishop John Shelby Spong, an Episcopalian priest. Spong was a real maverick, and he was on the front lines of inclusivity throughout his entire career, and not at all afraid to think outside the arena. So I think you'll find a lot of that also with Richard Rohr. As I read my first round of reading, constantly underlining, putting little stars, shaking my head, putting question marks in the margins for things that I want to be sure and ask peeps in my group. What does that mean for you? Do you get that? Is that like crazy? What do you think about that? So I love the maverick in him. I love the renegade in him. I love the think outside the box. And here, I would like to share just 3 or 4 nuggets from the book. And whatever thought grabs you, we'll take that into meditation with us for some quiet time. God is always bigger than the boxes we build for God. God is always bigger than the boxes we build. So we should not waste too much time protecting the boxes. And he has a lot to say about how traditional religion manages that. Sorry, I just totally, we do not think is on this page. We do not think ourselves into new ways of living. We live ourselves into new ways of thinking. Yeah? And this little idea, oh, yeah, we could spend a whole group time on this one sentence. In terms of soul work, we dare not get rid of the pain before we have learned what it has to teach us. I don't know about your propensity, but my propensity when pain is showing up, physical, spiritual, emotional, my propensity is to crawl into bed and pull the pillow over my head and hope that the pain goes away. Anybody else have that approach? Or maybe just deny that it's even happening. This is not happening. This is not real. This is not happening. So we dare not get rid of the pain before we have learned what it has to teach us. And finally, this is a fascinating thought. We don't have any real access to who we are except through God. And we don't have any real access to God except through forgiving and rejoicing in our own humanity. We don't have any real access to who we are except through God. And we don't have any real access to God except through forgiving and rejoicing in our own humanity. Let us have a sacred moment this morning, starting from our heart space. We bring our energy and our attention to the core of us, to our soul self, to our soul work. And while we are in that energy, we see ourselves, we feel ourselves reaching out from our heart space and connecting, truly, truly connecting with our fellow spiritual travelers, knowing that truly wherever two or more are gathered, there is power, there is strength, there is sustainability, there is connection, and there is belonging. At certain points, there can be nothing greater than the realization and awareness that we belong. For this moment, for this time, for this season, we are created. And this time, this moment, this season is created for us, for our very soul, for our lens, for our life. We don't think ourselves into new ways of living. We live ourselves into new ways of thinking. So today I ask each of you to remember those in this physical space and those who are in the world wide web of connection. I invite you to consider if this is your moment, if this is your adventure. And in closing, I say happy trails. And so it is. Amen.